Welcome everyone on this joint seminar with KELER, and thank you, Babette, for the opening words. It is a pleasure to have this presentation and talk to you. Although, like also Babette said, this is a very hectic time and a very hectic moment on the markets. So it's quite challenging to have your interest and your attention for the next coming hours, because we know that the markets are pretty hectic at the moment, like I said. But let me try to show our presentation just a little bit on our sides, or so basics on trading on CEEGEX, and really coming and starting from the basics. You know, bilateral contracts and all the advantages and disadvantages of that. It's non-anonymous trading, mostly with fixed credit line. Non-standard products can be traded, and price could be even fixed or linked, so it can also be quite non-standard. And basically the disadvantage is that there is a considerable counterparty risk on one hand, and also on the other hand, this requires quite a significant back office and risk management team to handle. On the OTC trading, this is kind of something like between the bilateral trading and trading on exchanges, and now I'm talking about the OTC trading, which is registered to the exchange, which is possible on our HUDEX markets. So this is now already non-anonymous trading, and there is no credit line because the central clearing can be already behind it if it's registered on our markets. Standard products are available there. Even straight through processing is available starting from this year, or will be available starting from this year or beginning of next year, where basically the broker can directly on a very automated way put the deals on the Woodex platforms, and there is a reliable clearing behind that. The OTC transactions fees, even with the physical delivery fee together, is very low. And on the basically trading on exchanges, so the last kind of the trading type is a completely anonymous trading on markets, where we have a stable liquidity on our spot market. The price levels are, of course, very interlinked and very close to other European exchange markets. That shows the liquidity for, I would say, for many years now already. That's quite a significant achievement, I would say, for our market. You can trade on Tradeport, Joule, and Global Vision tools on our markets. That's basically the most known, some of the most known and most well used trading interfaces. We have 40 members on CEEGEX and 22 members on HUDEX Gas, and starting from this year, the entrance fee is fully tradable for new members. So the entrance fee can later on trade it. Coming to the next slide, the price signals, which is one of the most important value of an exchange. So there are many ways on where we basically present price signals. One is basically available for anybody who enters our web pages. So on our web pages, we have a 15 minutes delayed data on both CEEGEX and HUDEX markets. And the spot reference price and volume weighted average price is also available there. Like I said, the HUDEX prices are also available online. There is another level of price signals, which is the live trading data available for the members and data vendors, but also available for members who have read-only access. And basically, the trading system is also available through an API connection. And there is a third level of data, which is basically part of the data vendor package. Annual and daily reports are published via SFTP, and that can be basically available and accessed by anyone who is part of the data vendor package. It makes it easy to browse basically historical and actual prices as well. And one more important thing, CEEGEX prices or CEEGEX index is already used in Hungary in the imbalance system, and in some cases in end user gas contracts as well. Of course, we would be happy if this will be even more widespread, and CEEGEX referenced CEEGEX indexed prices would be more significant in the wholesale or in the end customer market. About the trading solutions, I don't want to talk too much about that, but basically, like I said, with Trayport Joule and Trayport Global Vision is available on our markets. The Global Vision is the one that is basically by default in the package for someone who enters our market. But also you have to know or have to be aware that the I2 support of this Global Vision software will be cancelled in 2023. So after that, only the Trayport Joule version will be available, which is a more developed version. The biggest advantage is that you can access more markets on one platform, and you have some market trends visualization tools as well in that software. So a little bit about our market and volumes. As you can see, it's pretty a liquid and stable volume since basically 2018, 2019. We have around 24, 25, or sometimes 30 terawatt hours market or a yearly market on CEEGEX, which is basically 25-30% of the Hungarian total consumption. Of course, we are aiming to have even higher percentages here, and working on that very extensively, I would say. There was an interesting period in 2019 where the situation, the Hungarian wholesale situation, especially with the Ukrainian gas situation by that time, resulted a quite significant increase in volumes, as you can see. Something like that can even be expected in the coming weeks and coming months. I can already tell you that the October numbers are pretty high on CEEGEX. One more maybe important element, and this is also a part or a more moment to talk about that. We have on the CEEGEX, we have the day-ahead market and the within-day products or within-day market. Roughly 90% of our market is or our traded volume is in day-ahead products, and then 10% is in the within-day products. CEEGEX was also, and it's a great honor for us that we were also recognized by Acer in 2020, and basically The Hungarian MGP, together with CEEGEX, was reclassified to an emerging hub category, and indeed we are expecting this role to even further increase in the near future, because there are pretty big opportunities ahead of us. I will talk about that later briefly. On the HUDEX volumes, the HUDEX gas segment liquidity is on the rise. We even recorded record high volumes in this year, and basically started from last year, September. The volumes became, I would say, pretty solid, or at least visible to compared to what we had before. But there is a high room for improvement still on HUDEX, but we are very optimistic and think that the regional changes in the gas industry can result in significant volume boost on HUDEX as well. So both basically the screen traded volume and the OTC cleared volume increased, and the number of exchanged trades as well. On the right side, you can basically see, or we are showing that already by now, the year 2021 is the most successful and most traded years on HUDEX. A little bit about the clearing system. So one of the big value added of an exchange is, like I said, is the CCP behind, and the clearing behind. This is provided by KELER CCP. There is a machine-to-machine connection between CEEGEX, KELER CCP, and the TSO, which makes it more comfortable and automated for the traders, who basically doesn't have to deal with many of these data exchanges, because it's automatically done between the three participants here. The trading limit system was developed by us in 2019, which makes it possible and available that in the near future the spot margining will be restructured and hopefully eased a little bit for easier trading purposes. We are also a registered RRM service provider, so we are providing data reporting services to our members, and also to non-members who are registering at our services. This is also a way of reducing the back office resources at our customers. The HUDEX system is pretty similar to that, although there are very important and I would say very positive improvements on this market, especially coming from KELER CCP, and I think you will hear about this in more details as well. So I don't go very much into details, just on the high level. So KELER CCP announced a new default fund logic, and basically it supports very much the derivative trading on HUDEX gas segment on our view. One of the most important element is that the minimum contribution is now part of the default fund. So basically, it reduces significantly the financing burdens of the traders. Also, a new fee schedule is announced by KELER CCP. Again, details are following, I think, but the most important and basically in one sentence is that we can say at the moment that basically joining HUDEX gas for a CEEGEX member is basically completely cost-free, both on CEEGEX and HUDEX side, and now also on the KELER CCP side. That's a big improvement, and we're hoping that this can support the significant increase of HUDEX markets in the future. Also, a little bit on our ideas and future developments. regarding HUDEX, we have started thinking and developing together with KELER CCP the financial products on HUDEX, and hopefully we can introduce them in the near future, and we can basically bring in some new interest and volumes by those new products. Details will follow, and we will keep you posted on this matter, of course. And lastly, I wanted to talk about also one development project that we have. It's not really directly related to the current CEEGEX markets and our markets together with KELER CCP, but an idea of us showing, hopefully showing some proactivity from our side. So this is basically an idea of market integration in the gas sector. This is a pretty common thing in power sector, so it was easy for us also to come up with this idea following our mother company HUDEX, because basically on power markets, like I said, HUDEX is dealing with a lot of market integration, and basically the whole European market is pretty much coupled now in the power segment. Although in the gas segment this is not very common. There is just basically one example in Europe, in the Baltic countries, for some kind of market integration. And our idea is that we would like to support any kind of market support in the region, or any kind of market coupling in the region. And the first idea was Croatia, for many reasons. The most obvious market coupling project could be done between Croatia and Hungary. The markets are so much interconnected in many ways that it would probably make sense. Very important that it would come with a significant direct social welfare, because with coupled markets, basically the most important element of that, or the most important feature of a coupled market, is that basically the sorry for that, the cross-border capacities are implicitly allocated, and this is a much more efficient way of cross-border capacity allocation, and provides a much more liquid market and coupled market between the two countries. In this idea, we presented this for the Croatian and Hungarian market, but of course it can be introduced in any neighboring countries and markets. Hopefully news will come on this idea in the future as well. I would say that the kind of marriage proposal was proposed on our hands, and now we are also expecting some answer from the other parties, and we would be very happy to help this market development to finalize and to conclude. That's it basically from my side, and I wanted to wish you a good rest of the day, and please enjoy the following presentations. I hope there will be some very interesting presentations for you, and also don't hesitate to contact us whenever you have questions. We are at your disposal.